Treated on the beat.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's your boy Bacon. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to DLC Gaming. Let's get to it. Now listen here. James Gunn came out and said that Darkseide won't be the big bad for the DCU Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Now, peep game. We not gonna sit here and act like James Gunn didn't work for Marvel freaking. Let's not act like he did, because he sure he did. Okay? Let's not pretend that the overall aesthetic that James Gunn is running the opposition, while at the same time still not having conversations with people. Let's not act like that. Okay? All conspiracy theories aside, in a new report back on the 15th of this month, it was reported by Variety that after the announcement that Darkseide would not be the presiding main antagonist of the DC Cinematic Universe under James Gunn's helm, the report indicates that there has been, and is continuously having a continuous conversation, I repeat, a continuous conversation, among finding the proper writer for an upcoming team-up movie involving DC's mainline actors. Now, we have really had no establishment of the, quote, main actors in terms of the DC Cinematic Universe outside of the Snyderverse. So as of right now, the Justice Gang, which includes Green Lantern, Hawkeye, Mr. Terrific. I think that's it, actually. Yeah. We also had the Creature Commandos, and then obviously we have Superman. So as of right now, we have that main cast. Now, with James Gunn saying that Darkseid's not going to be
X treated on the beat.
Honestly, it's not that big a deal to me, because he's also indicated that Brainiac will actually be the main villain for Superman Man of Tomorrow, which is incredibly true, given that he also said that Lex Luthor and Superman would team up in Man of Tomorrow. So, outside of what we already have with that information, so we already know some of the top 5 main villains for the Justice League primarily, and I'm excluding Lex Luthor in that case. In this case, it would be the Crime Syndicate, which is their evil counterparts from Earth 3, in case you guys didn't know. Despero, which is an alien conqueror and one of literally Justice League's oldest enemies, both in the comics and adaptations. And of course, the Anti-Monitor. Now, realistically speaking, if you actually look at the title of, James Gunn's first shot at the cinematic universe, he called the first chapter of the DCU Gods and Monsters. Now, being realistic, this is probably going to be a situation where at the end result, if the Justice League is formed by the end of chapter 1, which could be anything between 4 to 5 years from now, respectfully, I'm willing to bet that the Crime Syndicate will be the main antagonist, because they will probably come to Earth, basically commit major crimes across the world, and they will blame the Justice League. And because they look damn near like them, it's going to be quickly believed. And unless there's like a big televised event where I'd say Superman versus Ultraman in the middle of nowhere, and then the fight is short-lived, this, that, and the third, it's a good chance that that's where the morality of the Justice League is going to come into question, and they're going to start trying to figure themselves if they are in fact gods or monsters. The second one would probably be the Anti-Monitor, because the Anti-Monitor will be effectively the reason that the multiverse comes into disarray to start with, which could eventually lead to the crime syndicate finding their way to the main DC continuity. But that's all hearsay. But what do you guys think of this report? You guys think that James Gunn is hitting? I think DCU has a promising future, but you never know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. I'm trying to find out something.